Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I'm just going to go full-blown history on this, and I want you all to truly understand something. It's not the prayer in school that's the problem. It's that you are giving the government control over saying when someone can and cannot pray. We're setting a precedent, which leads to something else. That is why I brought up the Pharisees. The Pharisees had to get permission from the Romans in order for them to be able to pray. And that turned into what? A massacre of people. Then if you go further into history, into the city of Alexandria, when you had people who were pagans, or not pagans, people who had a pagan or an idolatry religion, and you had Christians who came about, it ended up causing the death of a woman, a philosopher named Hypatia, where she was skinned alive because she wouldn't conform to what they were praying to and what they told her to. It begins as a snowball effect. And also, let's not forget the number one problem with what happened with public prayer. The Pharisees became corrupt, and that was how they got their positions in church, in synagogues. That has thus turned into the same situation that has happened in history, where Christians have done the same thing, where the only way you can go into being in any form of power is you have to be a part of the state-sponsored religion. That is the reason we have a separation also between church and state, so that we don't have one religion where you have to all be a part of it in order for you to be a part of it. We have Catholics, we have Jews, we have Muslims, we have Lutherans, we have bedside Baptists. We have so many different kind of denominations in here. Eastern Orthodox, which if you look at it is completely different from the Western Orthodox of Christianity. They would almost technically be at war because they were at war for hundreds of years because the doctrine is so different. And since we're going to talk about the founding fathers, let's talk about one of them. The Bible says, he who addeth from this will have it added to him. He who taketh from this will have it taken from him. Jefferson changed the Bible and made it to his own means and took out the miracles of Jesus because he saw that it was unnecessary. While our own books, all of them, all Abrahamic faiths say that is a hell-worthy sin that you will pay for by having it added or having it taken from you. So if we're going to use that kind of doctrine, go ahead, but remember, you are repeating the mistakes of the history, or the mistakes of history, where people have gone about causing massacres, have had Holocaust, have had genocides in the name of a faith because a state decided when you could and could not pray. And since we always want to talk about this group, let's say this. Remember this, during the Holocaust, when Jewish people were being killed, the only reason the Catholic Church at one point came in was because they found out those experiments were being used on children who had Down syndrome, who had IDD. And when the Jewish group went to them, asked them for help, they said, "We won't help you." And that is why it says, when they came for everyone else, I did nothing until they came for me. So if you want to go ahead and start down this path because you love Jesus so much, because you want to tell people what kind of Jesus that they should pray to, which is what this really truly is, don't try to make it seem like people don't care about Jesus, that we don't want to pray to him. The problem is the fact that you are polluting our religion and other people's religion by putting Caesar into it. Pay to Caesar what is due to him. This is not due to Caesar. Caesar should have no part of your religion.